How you doing? You okay? You alright? So we're live, how you doing? It's a bit late and a bit random. How you doing? You okay? You alright? Let's just alter a few things. Yeah, so thought I'd give you an update. Here we go. Here's the thumbnail. So Hustler 5 BTV Mod 6 raised vertical radial plate and radials mounted. Here you go. So I'm David G7UIV and I bought a second. Oh, hang on. Let's get on to this. Yeah, I bought a second-hand Hustler antenna with a missing bottom base. I suppose it got broken. Anyway, I didn't mind because they were quite expensive, so I got it pretty cheap. And the base did cost me about 60-70 quid. So, but I was going to make my own, but I decided not to in the end. So it cost me about 80 quid altogether. So I knew I wanted to have it raised instead of ground mounted, and I needed to be able to lower it down and raise it to tune it. So I had to create this crank thing here. Mechanism on how to bring it down. Now I've got the milled out plate finished, managed to mill it out. We did from the G code. So I've mounted it now, and I've mounted the radials to it. Just put 3 on it for now. Basically tuned for 10 meters. I put the NanoVNA on it, and it did tuned sort of about 28 point something to 29, so it did work out okay. Anyway, let's show you some videos of it and pictures of it mounting, and I've managed to do a few things. Let's just get you onto a few videos. Right, let's have a look, see what we got. So I think I showed you last time it being milled. I'm sure I showed you. I don't know if many people have watched that video because I did it early in the morning. It's probably a bit boring anyway. I'll give you a quick go through it anyway, seeing as I've got the videos to hand. So basically, here's one. Let me just turn that down. Oh, the audio's a bit low on it. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, that's the Mach 3 software. Now, there's it milling out the G code. Oh, it is quiet because it's not actually milling yet. It's just missing it. It's just starting to mill around. If I was to jump through a bit, I think I did this last time. If you missed that video because it was on early, didn't get many views. But basically, it's just milling out some 5mm aluminium that's been powder coated. So that was the basic start of it. Let's get rid of that. What else we got here? Let's have a look. There's another clip of it. It's basically more of the same. Oh, they can see actual milling out there. It's doing a good job. It goes around 33 times. at 0.25 of a millimetre each pass depth. So anyway, don't know if I got a bit where it was coming out. Let's have a look. You can see it's milled out these bits for the pole. Anyway, you end up with something. It's just cutting the outside out now. Yeah, it's just finishing off. Right, so anyway, you end up with something like, don't know if I've actually got a picture of that. Anyway, so what I did is I mounted it onto the bottom of the hustler base. Here's a nice picture of it. There's a nice picture, and lo and behold, it's fitted straight on. So with the calipers I modelled it, and all the holes and everything were in exactly the right place. So anyway, that's that one. There's a better view of it. So the plastic the base part of the hustler fitted straight through. There's another view of it. Another view of the mechanism, and then the insulator there. It's got to be insulated from the ground, even though it's a bit weird. To be insulated because basically it's weird to be insulated because it's got an earth strap on it onto a spike. Alright, yeah, so there's the earth strap. Get my patch lead. I put my earth wire on. So the earth wire is onto a ground stake. Yeah, so there's me lock the stake in. Copper ground spike. Smacks into the floor. I've got to put the antenna in. That's you see some of the radials mounted. That's it from above. Looks a bit of a beast. I've only got a small garden, so yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got. That's some static pictures. Bit close up of it. And what I've got to do is let's go back a second. This is powder coated, and these straps are powder coated, so I've got to put a little bit of an earth strap from there to there, or try to fasten it through. So I need to put my multimeter on to see if there's actually continuity. There might not be continuity, electrical continuity, so I might have to put a strap from the nearest hole and bolt it to, like a little braided strap or something. Anyway, so that was the progress on that. Oh no, back to your thumb. Oh, that's an older thumbnail. Get rid of that one. Right, so that all went to plan. Yeah, I think that's about it. So anyway, let's go on to this one. Yeah, so that went to plan. So I've got the NanoVNA. Bought the extra piece that never comes with, and I had a go at it. It looks like those radials are tuned for 10 meters roughly, and it looked like it did come out pretty okay. So the activity on 10 meters is not much there at the minute. When I've got it into a switcher, it's only a cheap switcher, it's going from an untuned long wire to this hustler antenna, and some bands it went down, and some bands that the signal strength went up. So it's one of them. And where it did go up, it brought the signals out of the rubbish up. So you'd expect it to do that on an untuned piece of wire. Anyway, the good news is the antenna has not been tuned yet, so it's better, but it's not even been tuned. So once we get that tuned, once I tune that, hopefully it'll be okay. Bit of an experimental thing. I've just got to check the radials. I'm going to make sure the radials are properly electrically connected. So let's just bring up that drawing again. Which one's the best one? That one's probably the best one, isn't it? Can I zoom in? Yeah. There you go. Right. Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy. So it seemed to work out. So it's upraised. It's probably about 2.8 meters high off the floor. Well, about 2.5 meters. You can't reach it anyway. You cannot reach it. So you can walk around the winter garden at the minute. So the coax I just put in, got some RG8 something, low loss stuff, and it's I've got to put the coils on yet. Somewhere here I've got to wind or put some ferrite rings or something, or coil it round 6 inches diameter and about 10 times that end, and one at the radio end as well. I've been told I've got to do that. So anyway, it's just so I've got it mounted and that. So I'm happy with that, really. Yeah, so took a while to mill. It didn't take that long. It took about, I don't know, I suppose it took an hour or something. Took about an hour, I think, maybe an hour and a half. I've got enough material to make another couple, I think. But it's not something you're going to want to make too many of. I only need one. Just the one I need, but just needed something to hold the radial still. And of course, with the extra holes around here, you can also put wire radial on, just a normal wire radial, and feed it out if your garden's big enough. Attach it to the fence. Maybe you'll be able to tune some other bands in. You know, it's a pity the 10 meter band's quiet at the minute. It's a bit not all full of noise at the moment. So anyway, it's the first time I put a ground spike in and a ground. So what the weird thing is, you're grounding the coax. You can't really see it from there. Have I got a better view of that? Hang on. See if I got a better view of that. No, that's before I put the cable on. Have I got a better view of it with the cable on? I should have. Thought I did. Oh, mate. I don't know now. Maybe it's still on my phone. I thought I did. I thought I had a good view of that. Ah. Maybe they're still on my phone. Yeah, I thought I had a view of the... It's not that one, is it? Oh, that's the... I didn't put the coax on. I put the lead on. There's the lead. Oh yeah, there's the lead. It comes up from there. I know, I can't remember why I was going to say it. Why did I say that? Yeah, there's a spike. And the ground. So
I've got to put the antenna in.
you can basically walk around the garden and there's no way you can touch this. It's out of reach. So it's just higher than the fence line, so from the pavement you probably can't see the radials much.
Stick it out a bit.
Just see the whip. Alright. Yeah, there's the old bit of a beast looking there. Bit of a beast.
Hanging.
So I've got to tune it.
On the radials.
Got to tune it up a bit.
Under the weights. That's fine.
Yeah, hopefully the sun will come out soon.
Done.
Do some gardening. Right, anyway. So that's that. Is that a better view? That's a fuzzy view really, isn't it? Yeah, it's a clearer view. Have I got one? Yeah, that's sticks out all over the place. Yeah. Just check my phone and see if I got anything better. I thought I put them onto the computer. Maybe I've got some better ones, or maybe that's it. No, I think that's it. No, that's it. Right, so what I've got to do now is tune the bands in. Fit some RF chokes either end. Tune the bands in. I'll tell you what, let's get the model up. Let's get the model up. Alright, let's just get the model up. Not responding. Right, okay. Right, let's get the model open and have a look. Yeah, so I modelled some U-bolts, but I went with some clips instead, metal clips. So it all turned out okay. Right. Now I've got a bit of a problem now, because when I pull this pin out here, undo this M8 all thread, and then I can rotate this down, but now I've got the radials on, I can't rotate it because the radials are sticking to the floor. Now if I was to actually, you could do a simulation here. Yeah, let's do a simulation. Let's grab it. Let's grab that. I tell you what, let's make everything above. Right, so everything but I can go with it. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's just see what we've got attached. Is that the lot? Yeah. Apart from the pole. That'll do. So we'll group that. I'll make a group. And then we'll set about rotating it along this axis here. Right, so I'll grab the rotating. Let's get right into that pin, because that's what we're going to rotate it round. Right, so here we go. Oops. Yeah. So the bumming channel's noisy on that one. Right, so I've got to zoom out. I didn't know if I could click off it. I need to not select it, but anyway. So there's your antenna. So if I'm in the garden and I've got to rotate it like that, yeah, it's not like that. Hang on. Can I go onto that and move? Yeah. I need to move around, so it's sort of this angle. Can I get back onto here? Yeah. So, right, so that's what it is normally. Let's go in. And then I take the top pin out and rotate it. and it depends whether I can rotate it enough without the radials hitting the floor. It might be so. So let's see if I bring it down. It doesn't go quite to 90. It goes about like that. So we'll say like that. We'll have a look at that. So, you know, so I might be able to do it. Might be able to. Let's turn that off. That radio. Turn that radio off. It's trouble when it's scanning. It picks up a noisy channel sometimes. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's just put it onto call channels. Right. Anyway, so the thing is, can I bring it down without taking the radials off? Now that one looks like it's okay, and that one comes up from and up in the air, so that's fine. So it's only this one I've got to worry about, really, because the last thing you want to do is keep taking the radials off. So I might be able to do it. I'll have to measure it. I'm not sure if this pole is probably in the ground, see. Anyway, so let's undo the rotation. That's the. So I'll possibly be able to do it without taking the radials off. Yeah. So yeah, so I've got to tune it. These are slightly over what they need to be, because I've got the length worked out about 2.5 something to 2.6 meters. I've got to allow for this bit as well. Not sure what this plate will do to the length or anything. So I don't know how to approach this really, because I've got to. Do I take the radials off and then try and tune the 10 meter section? So this section here, do I try and tune this bit and then put the radials on to see if it brings it down? Or do I just put it all on and tune that, then alter these after? There's got to be a sequence to it. Surely there'll be a sequence to it. If you do it in the wrong sequence, you're going to be tuning the wrong bit. Like, I really need to get that the best, but if it's got no ground plane or hasn't got enough, it won't tune it right. Or can I tune that, but then I'll be using the coax as the other end of the ground plane. So what do you do? There must be a sequence in order. Don't know. If you're not careful, see, that could be out of tune, and these could be bringing it back into tune, sort of thing. It's like a dummy load rather than a resonator. What I need to do is adjust that to bring that to the best I can get it, that 10 meter section, 28 megahertz, and then once I get it as low as I can on this NanoVNA, then alter these, and then carry on with the rest of the band. So I think so. I'm not sure, because normally I'd have to try it. I'd take these off and then try it and tune this as best as I can without them radials on. Then once I've tuned it as best as I can there, put the radials on and then alter the length. They'll have to be equal lengths. Whatever I adjust, if I pop that one in or out there, I'd have to do it to all three. So that all three would have to be the same. Yeah. So all three. And what is a bit craziness is going back to this picture. Is it that one? This video. So I've got my ground, my earth wire going to the spike at the side of this joint. It goes down to the floor. Well, it seems mad to me electrically to. It seems mad to insulate the ground from the pole and everything else, just to then ground it from the side of the coax, because this bracket here, the hustler base, that's ground to the base plate. It's bolted to this disc I put on. It's bolted to that disc I put on there. Yeah, it's bolted to that, and then the braid is bolted to the plate or to the bottom of the hustler. So the braid connects to that, which then goes to earth on a spike. So it just seems crazy, but don't know. So basically, when you're trying to set the swar and match it in, you don't know. Take the radials off, it's going to try and use this, and perhaps it does anyway. Don't know. It's a bit awkward one, this, yeah. Anyway, going back to the model. So we know we should be able to drop it down. That's spike 2.6. So that's probably going to touch the floor, that one. So to tune it, I think. To tune it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to take this radial off. So I'll have to undo the bolts and then pull it out. Unless I have a mechanism to like cut this in half and join it up with something. So when you have to undo it, it needs to be a quick release something, doesn't it? Like a twist and lock type of thing. Twist and lock radial. That needs to be able to be adjusted in and out there. But the rest of it could be a twist and lock thing. Need to take it off just to bring it down to tune it. So I need some kind of mechanism. Yeah, I've got some couplers. I've got a coupler that you can put, so I could cut this off. Maybe I'd have to do it to all three. So I'll put a joint in there, and there. A straight through coupler. And if I want to tune it, I suppose I could do it closer. You could temporarily unscrew one end, take them off, and when you put them back in, you push it all the way until it touches the other end of this, so they join. So you never have to worry about them. You know that you've altered it by taking it off, because it'll always go back in. So the only thing you adjust is this end here, basically. Now this one, these two you can bring into there, but this one, the pole is in the way. So I've actually got I've got those other radials. They've got some kind of tube adjustment on them. Anyway, so we'll sort that out. But it would take 12 radials if you wanted to. And I used to have different length ones for different frequency, but 10 meters is basically the biggest I can get in the garden. So without going zigzagging or L-shaped on the ends. Let's just redo the rotate. Yeah, so there's the rotate. So pull the pin out. Well, the pin's in there. Undo rotate. Redo rotate. So I've just got to tune these. It's a beast, and I have to stand on the ladder there and grab this and then push it as hard as I can. I'm going to take all the way to this and push it up so it then goes back up, and then that bolt, that spring-loaded bolt, then pops into the tube, holds it up, keeps it up, and until you insert that top bolt and put the nuts and bolts on to hold it still. Anyway, yeah, it's alright. Here's another view of it. That's a close-up of it. Here's another one. Another one. Any more? Oh, there's an underneath view. You can see the Hustler base, plastic, fits just right through the hole. What else we got? There's a little view of it. Yeah, that's me. That's without putting the radials on. What's this one? Oh, that's without the radial plate on. Yes, that's as far as I got before without the plate and the radials. Yeah. Oh, here's another view. Yeah, without the radials. Have I got a view with it with the radials from up? Got a video of it somewhere. I think. Video of. Is that the one? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, looks a beast. It's a bit of a beast, to say the least. Yeah. Right. So I've got that one. There's a slight JPEG of it. MP4. There's an MP4 of it. That's just showing the earth cable. Showed you that already. It's before I put the antenna, the coax, plugged it in. So the earth wire is onto a ground stake. Alright. Stake in. Yeah, so I don't know whether you should put that on until you've swared it in, basically. Might be best not to put that on until you've sware it all in and then put all your earth strap on. There must be a sequence of events, the best way of doing it. And then we've got the radials. Stick it out a bit. Right. Okay, oh, got a few pictures here going on. Oh, yeah. Right, back to the drawing. Right, still got one left. What's that? Oh, I've still got a few left here. Let's go out of that. Let's get rid of them. Yeah, so it worked. It managed to do it okay. Here's a bit of milling anyway. I'll show you a bit of milling. Have a look at some milling. It's on the CNC milling machine. It's an old aluminium door off a barrier. I scrounged it from one of our suppliers. Yeah. I can get another 2 of those plates out of this same piece, I think. I've got it. Let's just return this thing to... Let's return this thing to... Oh, that's it. Just seen it come out. Hang on. Let's go back. Let's see the moment I pull it out, the moment it finishes. Yeah, it's finishing the last bit. Oh, that's it. It's finished. Finish the cycle. So when you do your depth for your cut, just overcut it. Right, cut into your spoil board. It save you having to do it twice. Keep lowering it. Didn't quite come out, but so it's not altogether a bad thing. It holds it still for a bit. Just a little bit there, look. Yeah. Oh, we've got it. We've got it. I suppose you could use this ground mounted as well if you wanted. Let's just return just connect your wires to it instead of putting your tubes on it. Let's return this thing to wires into the grass. Position. This is it's one of the Chinese CNC 6040s. So basically, they say it'll do 600mm by 400mm milling, but in reality, it does about 585 by about 380, 375. Got a few holes to pile it through with a drill bit, as you can see. Shame, and a bit of touching up to do there. Yeah, it didn't quite drill all the way through, but I did this over at night and the morning, so that the night time the material, the milling bit got stuck. It pushed the material a little bit and jammed. So I stopped it there, but I was going to cut the whole thing out manually. Then I thought, no, I realigned it in the morning as best as I could. Carried on cutting it. But some of these holes it didn't come through. The bed isn't quite flat. It's not much out, but it's enough out to cause a problem. So anyway, hopefully all those fittings there. Yeah, they did fit. They did fit on the base of the Usler antenna. Yeah. And I just used those holes that weren't quite drilled through. Just use them as a pilot hole. Just drill them all the way through with a 6mm drill bit. And then just clean it all up, countersink all the burrs off it, take the edge off it. A bit of a step on there, where a bit of a step. But it saves you having to. Still better than trying to make one without. You've got to get all the arc right of the radials coming out of the spacing. So I need to model it. You can do it on paper. One of those centre finders and stuff, and use your protractor probably and do it like that. Basically, you just got to You could do it. You probably just need a disc.
So yeah, it's not too
You need
bad.
a circle cutting
So the
out
rest will be done by hand.
somehow. The big circle. You need a big hole saw to cut.
Yeah, so the rest, the
To
finish
put
line
that
will be
out.
done by
So
hand.
yeah, but if you could buy a
All the
disc
powder coats
already,
on.
and then you could mark it up and drill all the other holes yourself
I
manually
suppose it looks alright yellow.
with tank cutters, hole saws.
So I might have to just take off the electrical.
So if
Probably
you could
have
just
to
buy
sand
a
it
round
down
disc
to
of aluminium,
jelly.
the right
Sure.
size to start with,
I'll drill them
you
rest
could
of the
do
holes
it
and we'll
without
do
a
that
CNC.
now. And I'll give you a nice photo of
But
it
there's
when it's done. And then we'll see if it'll fit later on.
There is sites you can send your model off and they'll mill it for you, basically. They will mill it for you. So anyway, I always like to model it first and make sure it's going to work before I start milling, because otherwise you end up with loads of prototypes or loads of test pieces. If I hadn't have modelled it, I wouldn't have got the gap right here, and these pins wouldn't have fit, and the plastic wouldn't have sat into the hole properly from the base. If I get rid of the plate, hang on. I think I put it all together. That's part of that, you know. I must have done something. Oh well, I've joined it all up, haven't I? But basically, it would have been trial and error, and might not have got the spacing right for that pole and all this kind of stuff. So it was easy. I got a CNC, so I thought I might as well use it. But if you wanted to, you could actually. Yeah, I suppose you could print out a template now and then just lay it over and just pot it through. We need to start with a round plate. Anyway, so I modelled it all up. Don't know what else to say really. Yeah, I've got to get to grips with this NanoVNA. Gotta get to grips with this NanoVNA. It's spent ages swapping over the standards on it. Changing the standards over to calibrate it back and forth. There's a way of doing it without. Anyway, I've got this capacitor app to put on as well. Does anyone know if it makes a difference? I suppose so. Apart from make it look a bit weird. And also there's radials. 6 radials to put on as well. Anyway, that's going to about do it. I thought I'd give you another one. Let's bring in the where is it? Can't find it now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so let's just bring that up. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. Yeah, let's bring that over there. So basically, I've got to done some good progress this week. So it's all about tuning the antenna now to see if it makes much of a difference. And then I'll need to get a remote cam or a camera to look at the signal strength on the. I suppose I could capture it, couldn't I? Yeah. Tell you what. It's DVI output. I'd have to capture it or put a camera watching it and switch between the two, the long wire and the oscillator, to see what difference it is. Be nice to be able to switch stuff in and out actually. Imagine if you could electrically switch the radials in and out, and different sections. You probably could do that. Switch them in and out, see what difference it makes. Anyway, so that is going to be about it for today's stream. I don't know what else I'll show you on it. Maybe just come back once I've got it tuned and see how it performs, basically. Alright then. That's going to be about it for tonight. So, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again. And give you a bit of a tune on the outro. Bye for now. See you again soon. Bye bye.